At phData, you help your clients accelerate, innovate, and operate their data. Can you walk me through how you make this happen?
We can go back in time just a little bit. And so Adam and I actually met along with our other co-founders at Thomson Reuters in kind of the mid 2000s. And we spent our entire careers basically building data products with billions of dollars running through it. And so these were, data platforms that we were building for all of Thomson Reuters. And just being in that environment, we developed an opinion in terms of how data and machine learning can be run at scale. And then starting phData, we just started to apply that to customers. And so really, I think of it in kind of two main ways that we end up helping customers. And I think the first is that they're really trying to put data and oftentimes machine learning and AI in the hands of as many people as possible. And this takes the form usually of a data platform. And so these have fun names at most customers. So they'll call it like Zenith or Falcon or something like that.
I like Falcon.
Yeah.
Let's stick with that.
But it's some kind of transformation that they're undertaking, and it's really organizational wide. And the scale of what they're trying to do on, say, the data cloud is broad, and there's often thousands of data sources they're trying to bring together, hundreds of data products, a lot of different developers on there as well. And so just how you actually do all of those things at scale for, again, large enterprises can be challenging. And that's just a place where we developed some strong opinions and some good experience. I think more and more, and where we see the future going is, once you have that platform, you've really put data in the hands of the right people. Customers are looking to monetize data in some way. And so if you look at a customer like we have a great partnership with Merkle. And we're moving to this world where for marketing and learning about your consumers, you can't use cookies in the same way that you did in the past. And so Merkle has this great product where if you know a little bit about your customer, you can actually go to them via the data marketplace and Snowflake and learn more about them. And it's a way to actually monetize data, and it's a way that customers can learn more about their consumers as well. And so we have a number of customers who are building out these revenue generating applications using the data cloud, and just seeing more and more of that. And so looking forward to that in the future.
Great to have the perspective of a founders in really what you're tackling for your clients, and sounds like it's ever evolving. I think this brings perfectly your partnership with the data cloud. From a macro perspective, what impact are both of you seeing play out for your clients on a day-to-day basis? Adam, if you'd like to start.
We pivoted our business to using cloud native technologies to build data platforms. And when we consciously stepped back as an engineering organization, we evaluated a lot of possibilities. And it was very clear to us that the data cloud and Snowflake were a differentiated product. And so we knew that for us to be effective with our customers, we had to pick the best product. And it's still today, as we evaluate what's happening in the market with what features there are, that partnership has grown, and we've gained a lot of trust because of those features. And Ryan mentioned the marketplace, data sharing, and then there's just a lot of features on the platform that make the management of the data, the security of the data, but the business continuity of the data much more robust than other platforms. And so that's where we can be confident in what we deliver to our customers. So,
gentlemen, as we're aware, top of mind right now is Gen AI and LLMs. Adam, from your seat, what are you seeing, and what impact do you see this technology having for the coming months to years down the line?
I think you made a good point. We look at it in timelines, right? And it's moving quickly. So even the short term, there's a lot that you have to digest and understand what's going on. And I think that's where we are as a company. We have a very engineering focused company. And so we have a lot of folks within the company exploring what it means, both from our internal perspective, how can we deliver faster, but also what does it mean to our joint customers? And while AI has kind of garnered a lot of macro views, what we want to be is a trusted advisor. And so changing, the terminology and making sure that it's actually valuable to our customers. And so we've been lucky that we've worked with a number of our customers actually on what does it mean to their business? And I think that's what's important. And so in the short term, we've really focused on how we can deliver faster and what does it actually mean to our customers. In the medium term, we're looking at it as what does it mean to a services business? What does it mean to the products and the customers we serve, kind of in real terms? And then longer term, we see on the horizon some really big challenges that we can jointly take on with our customers. I guess we're really excited about possibly the what it can unlock with those customers. And so to your point on thinking about data problems on a bigger scale, like we're excited about it too.
A common theme that you have both mentioned throughout this is trust. And Ryan, as CEO, you say your mission is to help more organizations win with data. How does staying true to this vision impact your day-to-day decision making?
It really starts with being customer-centric and being as close to our customers as possible. And so, we're talking to them constantly about the challenges that they're having and making sure that, whatever we're doing is solving a real business problem for them. And so it really starts there. And then, we're really also working on just making sure that we can help them innovate as well. And so obviously it seems like a renaissance happening right now in the world of AI. And so, we've made some investments in building out a team and people who can stay ahead of those trends. And so we're working on those things. We're out there seeing what's actually real and which of them work and which of them don't work, so we can actually go to our customers and tell them with confidence so we can have an opinion that's based on real world experience. I think that's what it's all about for us from the very beginning, is having that opinion, and it's always based on real world practical experience. And so I don't think it's any different in the world of AI or LLMs. It's just something that we're going to continue to do. And that's what I really think about every day, is just making sure that it comes from that practical place and we're solving real customer problems.
Ryan, thank you so much for your vision and your mission. phData always putting the customer first. But Ryan, I have to ask, what's next, and how can the audience learn more about everything phData?
Well, thanks for having us first. And one of the great things about phData is we have 500 people who are super passionate about what they do every day. And they're actually public about it. And so we write about it all the time in case studies. Our blog is extremely active. And so if you want to understand the approach we take, our engineering approach, our analytical approach, our data science approach, whatever it's going to be, we write about it. And so I think that's probably the best way to learn more and understand how we help customers. And so, yeah, thanks again for having us.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on Data Cloud. Now, I'm looking forward to our future conversations down the line. Thank you so much for joining me.